super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
What up, dude?
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Ashes Radio on About Face Media. Thank you so much for being a part of our listening audience and giving up your Monday evenings. Yeah, I know it's because there's no football on right now. It is a good time to be a sports fan in Denver right now, huh?
Yes, sir, it is.
I know you're a big basketball guy.
I love basketball.
Yes, and I imagine it's a good time to be a Denver Nuggets. Are you a Nuggets fan? Or you got to turn your own volume up? That's awesome.
I do. Yeah.
So, good time right now. Yes.
Very cool.
As a hockey family, it's a good time for us right now.
I know.
The TV is never not on in our house at night. Oh, you leaving?
Yes. Hold on.
All right. Well, we're going to miss you. Thanks for listening in tonight, folks. It's been a good show, and we'll see you next week on From the... Well, nice sweatshirt. Oh, well, thanks, Grace Williams. I appreciate that. It was tough earned. Oh, yeah, he's got to turn off some of our security systems and whatnot. Some of our security systems make a lot of noise. So, folks, it is a packed show tonight. And I mean, this is all sincerity. I mean, when I say packed, there's literally just there's too much noise going on. Too much stuff going on tonight. When the show starts, we are going to have Jennifer from Freedom Balls. I just had to ask her on the show. We know nothing about what she does. For all I can think of is, do you remember that Saturday Night Live skit with sweaty balls? Because I do. And that's, as far as we know, that's what she makes. She makes baked goods. That's not what she does. We have no idea what Freedom Balls does, but we are super excited to have them on the show only because of the name of their company. When she's done, we're going to have Benjamin Krauss on. He's going to talk to all of you veterans about using your education benefits because you motherfuckers don't know how to use them all that well. When that's all over, Michael Connors is going to come on, and he's going to do his ruck again. You remember last year where he was rucking all around Colorado to raise money? We're going to have – he's doing it again. We keep trying to talk him out of it. Dude, lay down on the couch, have a beer. That urge will go away. You won't want to do that anymore. It'll be awesome. Eric Reed is listening. Dude, where have you been? It is so good to have you back in the audience. Well, glad you're here tonight. Craig Stakowitz. All right, well, hang on. I got to see what he's posting here. Craig Stakowitz is putting some stuff out here, probably laying out like what we should know already. Don't spoil the surprise, Craig Stakowitz. What does it say? Balls? Just says balls. Balls, freedom. That's exactly it. That was our thing. It says balls and it says freedom. That's all we know. Other than that, we have no idea. He's posting websites. He's doing all this. Look, this is all stuff that we should be doing. We don't. Yeah, that's what good show prep is all about. We don't do any of that shit. So yeah,
I usually do some Googling, and I didn't this time because you told me not to. Like, let's just find out.
Let's just play this by ear. Yeah, it's more fun when you have no idea.
Sometimes.
The name of the company is Freedom Balls. I just have to know. Yeah, it's a great name for a company. Yeah, somebody set up an LLC and they sat at their kitchen table, probably high as fuck, and we're like, we can do this. Yeah, let's call it Freedom Balls. And their Secretary of State was like, really? Really? Fine. Okay.
I'm going to give my buddy a plug, but one of my buddies has a local gutter company, and it's called Well Hung Gutters.
Yeah, I mean, that is outstanding.
How can you not laugh hysterically trying to do that paper?
You're hired. I don't even need an estimate.
And I don't mean just
I don't even have gutters on my house. Come on, man. You're hired. I'll get
Oh, my God.
That's outstanding. That's good shit. How's your week been?
Not too bad.
How's the new hire doing?
Great.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest newborn ever. Puppies are harder.
Really?
I always say that. Dude, I like to make fun of new parents a little bit. It is not that big of a deal.
You're alienating half of our audience right now.
Give a shit. Oh, so
Craig
hard.
is your huckleberry. That's
not that hard. No,
Parenting?
she's doing like the early newborn stuff.
Okay.
They only have one word they say to you.
Yeah. Wah.
Yeah.
I get it. And I'm hungry or I pooped on myself.
Going anywhere.
Yeah.
So no, it's not been too bad. And she's actually done pretty well. Sweet, nice, most of the time.
Mm?
Slept most nights, some of the time.
Her team lead is extremely proud.
Yes.
I love the pictures of him.
Dude, the
He's cracking
security
me up.
guard pictures?
Yes, is cracking
For
me
those
up.
of you that have not seen the picture, don't follow me.
He is very proud.
My mom sent him a shirt that says security of new sister, big brother, protector, something like that. So he takes it and he shoots off to his room and he comes down fully decked out like a security guard, like reflective, like M frame, like Oakley looking glasses and a hat pulled down. He's got a chain around his neck, bro. Did you see the chain?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like a Rampage Jackson chain.
I love it.
Okay.
Dude, he's doing it. I love it.
I know. Anyway.
I love what he's doing. Let me turn all this
So
noise down.
it's been entertaining.
Eric Reed says, between the microphone and that light, you think One Shot is in witness protection.
I am.
Big assumption on your part that he is not. I mean, that is a huge assumption on your part that he is not. Why would you guess that he isn't, dude? I mean, come on now.
Because he knows that I would never be the one in witness protection.
Yeah, of all people to say that.
There would be other people in witness protection
because
of me.
Yeah, exactly.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That's awesome. We went up to Gillette this weekend, and
how'd that go, by the way?
Awesome. She crushed it.
I saw a couple of very good pictures.
She got to show her mom how to do it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was mildly cool. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad there's people like her that like it. I ain't doing that shit.
No, I don't want to weld all the time. Like a little thing here and there. Like
yeah. We're very proud, but I mean, I'm not doing that shit.
And also, like it's like an exact science. I don't do exact science.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah.
They talk about like all the sniper formulas and math and all this. I beer math that, which is fucking algebra and calculus to like a regular shooter, but
which is why she's doing okay.
Yeah.
And what are you talking about, dude?
What?
Yeah, bullet math, dude. You were talking about. We were out there setting up range limits a couple of weeks ago, when you were like, whatever, dude. What are you talking about?
I was beer math in it.
That is not beer math. You're like talking about curvature of the earth and shit. What are you talking about, man? Beer math. Yeah, waves of the sun and shit. And I'm like, hey, man, I point the bang stick that way. And if the guy falls down, I did a good job.
Down. If not, you go left a foot, right a foot, up a foot.
Yeah, not my
Hopefully
jam.
You don't have to go down a foot, up a foot. I said that backwards.
Should I be concerned that every single one of our guests is in the green room already?
we should.
Yeah. I mean,
the only thing I do say
really
is
concerning.
Like, I sometimes, and again, I've been a little busier than usual. I haven't caught up on everything, but I talk to the guests, and whenever I talk to them like the day before or whatever, I'm like, hey, you can always come in 10 minutes early and hear how we're leading into you coming in. Sometimes they really take that to heart, and they're like, all right, we're going to have a killer show. Just do the whole show with us, I guess. I like it. You okay?
Sorry. It's just a touch of the AIDS. I say we say screw it and bring on Freedom Balls early, because the conversations that have been going on for the last few days have been outstanding. All right, let's bring her in early. Jennifer, how the heck are you? Are you ready for this? You got to turn your volume up, boss lady. Or is that me? Do I have your volume down?
No, I think you're muted.
Are you muted, Jennifer? On your end?
I'm good now.
All right, there we go. All right. All right, we're good. Jennifer from Freedom Balls, how the heck are you?
I'm all right. How are you guys doing?
I am doing excellent. I am so glad that you are here. Welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. I got to tell you, the speculation on what Freedom Balls is, and it is outstanding. Welcome to the show. First of all, we always start with, are you a veteran yourself?
No, I'm a spouse. My husband's the vet.
You have the harder job, so congratulations. Now that you've answered that part, tell us what Freedom Balls is, or what Freedom Balls is.
It's don't overthink it. It literally, we make balls, and we're all about freedom, and that's just literally where the name came from. I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it, but it's been pretty fun so far.
Well, yeah. So I just have this great image, and a lot of our listeners do as well, of you sitting around your kitchen table and be like, wait. We're gonna call it Freedom Balls. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's what we'll call it. And like you sending that into your, your state Secretary of State with your LLC paperwork and being like, we're gonna call it Freedom Balls. It'll be awesome. And yeah. What are those things? Our listeners have so many different ideas. Are they dog toys? Are they some kind of sexual marital aid? Are they?
I mean,
do they hang off of
For
trees?
those transitioning, it's 2024.
Exactly. Are they? The listeners have been really having a good time at your company's expense for the last week.
I mean, you can use them for whatever you want, but we
don't say that to our listeners, please.
We use them as ornaments or keepsakes.
All right. So you are a military spouse. So tell us about this. What branch of service is your significant other in?
Army. He retired about 3 years ago after 22 years.
Oh, good on you folks.
She got a good one.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
No,
look at you.
Way to go. We won't make fun of her at all. Or him.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't have to. There's no Marine Corps jokes anymore.
Nope.
Oh, my brother was in the Marines.
Oh, you were so close. You were right there. You were right on the path, and you could have walked it.
See if I could make it through one whole show without a Navy joke. And I don't know.
Anyway, so there you are, and I mean, I'm really hesitant to ask how this company origin came about, but I guess we'll let you go with it. Tell us, how did Freedom Balls come about?
I mean, in 2014, I married my soldier. We were at Fort Drum, and in 2015, the Army announced that they were going to switch it over from ACU to OCP. And at the time, I worked at an alterations shop on base. And the lady that owned it offered to take everybody's ACUs off their hands. So suddenly we were inundated and just playing around. And at the time, the big thing was like making purses and bows and all the cliche stuff that I just didn't want to do. Like,
I'm sorry, our listeners are just having a really good time right now.
Purses. How many purses you got out there? I got 7. How many you got?
I'm sorry. I will get through this interview like an adult. I promise I will.
Fort Bragg.
Oh, no, that's okay. And so we just got playing around, and I don't know, I started rolling the fabric and cutting it up and started gluing it to different stuff, and this was what I came up with that looked the best.
That is outstanding. All right, well, so then they are and now you make ornaments. That is our listeners are really having a good time right now. Folks, can you please be adults right now? Come on now. Good Lord. Roy Cagney, thank you for being a part of the audience. All right, cool. Well, so tell us about Freedom Balls. So they are ornaments made from uniforms. Do people send you uniforms now? Are you purchasing them? Where are you getting these uniforms from now?
Most people who want an ornament will send me their uniforms, and I'll just cut it up and do my thing. Some people like to get the scraps back. Some people let me hold on to them, and so I'll make other stuff with them. But I also purchase actual military fabric in bulk. I have like the actual uniform stuff in my house, and usually I just cut that up and start making balls so that I can keep up during the Christmas season.
Don't look at me and smirk like that. You're a goddamn 4-year-old. You know that?
Balls. Just say it. Just say it.
No, he's looking. Every time you say the word balls, he makes eye contact and chuckles at me.
If I say every joke I have that goes through my head, we have time.
I'm not even putting the listener comments up on the screen anymore because it's just the same joke over and over again. Yes, we're a bunch of.
What do I have to do to get a pair of your balls?
Yeah. Did you?
Or your husband's balls? Yeah. Well, I mean, however.
I sell them on Etsy, and I also sell them on a place called Spousely. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. On Spousely,
tell me that's a spouse veteran thing.
Yeah. So anybody can buy from there, but all of the makers are either in the military or related somehow.
Yes.
Yep.
So most of us despise those stupid freaking gray uniforms that we had. I mean, yeah, and I have one or two like stuffed in a garbage bag somewhere in the bottom of a closet somewhere, just in case I need to change the oil on something.
I had a pair or two of them, just I want to try them out, but I was last man standing in BDUs.
Yeah, good on you. Well done on you. And we get a lot of, I'm sure you're a part of a lot of veteran forums and things like that. We get a lot of people like, hey, my husband's old uniforms. I've got these uniforms. What can I do with them? This is an excellent way to do something with them that's creative and useful. And now they're still a part of the family, still something to be done with them. And they can be given as gifts. We get a lot of people that are like, hey, I found my grandfather's old Korea War uniforms in the closet. Do you do stuff like that for families? I mean,
oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
I love it. That's an excellent plan of attack. That's a great way to keep grandpa's uniform still in the family.
So is it like mostly custom stuff? I assume you guys do some basics.
Like yeah, Army, no, it's mostly basic.
Army, Navy.
Yeah, right. I mean, I get maybe 20 or 30 uniforms a year, and then I just use my fabric. So
cool.
Here we go. I'm going to throw it out there the way it's meant to be thrown out there.
Are you softballing it?
Here it goes. Hey, Jen, how much does a Freedom Ball cost?
My balls are $23 plus shipping.
Roy Gagney, I read that I'm not putting it up on the screen, you little bastard, and I read that in your voice. I'm sorry. You answered the question, but I was distracted by some stupid listener's answer. What did you say? How much are they?
My balls are $23 plus shipping.
Do you watch that Saturday Night Live skit with
sweaty balls?
And yes, and you had
sweaty.
Yes, yours are not sweaty. That's I mean, yeah, I get it.
Well, I mean, arms are, but I hope that I get them washed.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean,
that's a prerequisite.
I'm scrolling through her Freedom Balls IG. They got some good looking balls.
She does have some good looking.
They're pretty phenomenal.
You son of a bitch.
They're really
Jesus.
This is the best.
This reminds me of my
I love our interviews.
My World War II draft
yeah, exactly.
or whatever joke I called you to tell you a week ago.
Our other two interviews after this are like, I can't go on. I can't go on the show. I'm not doing this. No, it's not happening. And their past interviews is the best part, is my favorite part. That's Jennifer. So like you said, people can want to get this. Where can they get this stuff? Where can they find it?
Look at me up on Etsy.com and just type me in the search and I'll pop right up. I'm the only Freedom Balls around.
Yes, you are. You very, very much are.
It was easy to find her balls.
Yes, it was.
My balls are everywhere.
At least she embraces from all sorts of family trees.
She embraces it. She doesn't like get pissed about it. She embraces it. That's outstanding.
We
love.
Well, at some point, you gotta get used to it. I bet.
Go ahead. What did you say, Jen?
Oh, I said they're pretty heavy balls too. So like, don't hang them low. If you play it wrong, they'll be low hanging balls.
Well, it's out the window now. I'm not even going to bother anymore. I'm not going to be the bother avoid the voice of reason anymore. You know, we are rebroadcast later on WTF Moments and Heroes Media Group. That when they get a hold of this, yeah, we are absolutely kicked to the curb. All right, so because it's a Monday night and you have a family, clearly, I'm gonna pass you off to my hetero life mate here. He's gonna give you the outgoing instructions. Thank you for being a part of From the Ashes. Go ahead, man.
Jen, thank you very much for your time with us. We give you about 2 minutes at the end of your guest time to cover anything we didn't cover because we were cracking ball jokes the whole time or whatever, or anything we glossed over you want to spend more time in. And please remind us of all your handles and all that fun stuff so that we can get some of your balls.
Awesome. Well, we pretty much covered it. I can be found on TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and it's Freedom Balls, just pretty much the only one. You can follow me personally, Jennifer Almighty, across all handles. Again, my balls can be found on Etsy and Spousely. If you haven't checked out Spousely, it's worth checking it out. There's a lot of unique stuff from military spouses and families on there. I think that's it. Yeah.
Did I hear you correctly? Is it Jennifer's Almighty Balls?
No, just Jennifer Almighty.
Oh, Jennifer Almighty.
However.
Yeah. Okay, I was maybe adding. I was adding things together. That's great.
Our list, there's like 34 comments here right now. Best segment ever. We are such children. That's
we awesome.
Are. You have far and away the best business ever created. Never, ever stop what you're doing. Please, for the sake of what we all do, don't stop what you're doing.
Did I mention I do beard care too?
No.
Yes. So I've got 3 beard care oils. DD214 smells like freedom. Fire for effect. I don't remember what the tagline is for that. And mandatory fun.
Have you heard of Mandatory Fun Day?
Yes, I have.
That dude is amazing. We love Mandatory Fun Day. That
He's
dude is
awesome.
great. Yes, he is. He's
awesome.
hysterical. That's good shit, man. Well, I mean, hey, we all, you know, now that we're all out, we all have lovely beards. I mean, you excluded, but I mean, the rest of us have really
Well,
nice
I
beards.
don't know.
Yeah. Well, nope. I'm not doing it. Nope. I have 2 sisters. I am absolutely not doing that.
Not gonna fall for
Jennifer, it has been outstanding to have you on the show. I can't thank you enough for being a part of From the Ashes on About Face Media. We will very much be in touch after this interview. I can't thank you enough for taking time away from the family to be a part of it. Yeah, thanks a lot for being a part of the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Have a great rest of your evening. Oh my goodness.
That was fun.
We need a merger between the Gutter Company and Freedom Balls. I love that our listeners fully embraced this interview. They were all the way in, man. That was outstanding. Balls on beards.
Elbow deep.
Yeah, elbows deep. Best segment ever. Leaving your balls across the country. Gutter balls. That was good shit. All right, let us get to the segment that you've been waiting a long time for. You got your energy drink.
Yes.
I'm going to let you drive this one because you've been waiting a long time for this segment.
I'll jump in.
You feeling good about this?
I feel good. I feel good about tonight in general.
You do.
I'm pumped up from the balls.
As you
balls got me all worked up. And
ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting a long time for this one. My co-host in particular, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Benjamin Krauss. Benjamin Krauss is an expert in good luck following that last interview, man. I don't know how the hell you're going to do that.
I am still coming up with some ideas here. I'm going to roll out all of my SNL swag here in a second, like the cork soakers and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I'm ready.
Man.
I could tell you were a cork soaker as soon as I saw you. Exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Dude, I don't know how the hell you're supposed to follow an interview such as that. And that is not normal for this show. They're normally much worse. So, yeah, I don't know how. Well,
yeah, you know.
Welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. You are an expert in veterans and service members using their education benefits. And we get hit up constantly.
And we're failing miserably.
And
ourselves.
we are failing miserably at giving good advice. So you are an expert in this. You produce a podcast. You have a Facebook page. You are a lawyer. Give your background and then help us out here, guy.
All right. So I was a schlep, and I still might be, depending if you talk to my mom or my wife or whoever, you know. And so I was a normal dude, got out of the military, enlisted, and was a really bad carpenter. And from there, ended up fighting with the agency for about 10 years to get a proper rating, going from 10% to 100% permanent total. And then through that period, also fought with them about covering my law school and undergrad and all that. So like basically every step of the way, I ran into some kind of pushback or issue with, at that time, it was called vocational rehabilitation and employment, but now it's called veteran readiness and employment, which is a much worse name. And so that's what I do. So I've been doing that for the first 10 years out of the military. And then now for the subsequent 10 years, I represent veterans against the agency when they get denied benefits. Usually it relates to trying to become a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, where the agency makes a bad decision and I help clean up the mess later. And so I liked what you guys said earlier, where it's like basically veterans like screwing up their education benefits, right, and missing that opportunity. So there, I see that a lot, whether it's, you know, because the agency screws with the veteran, or whether the veteran just because they came from like a blue collar background or something, or don't understand education, which was essentially me, and I kind of stumbled my way through it. But as a population, like 95 or 90% of veterans are enlisted. Most of us don't have a clue about what we can really do with the GI Bill, or really do with veteran readiness and employment. And so, you know, you could start up your own ball business, right? From VRD or whatever you want. Some, you know, a little bit of swag for your beard, you know, whatever. And so there's a lot of different opportunities out there the veterans don't understand. Or if they have an idea, or they hear from, you know, Bob over at the VFW or the Legion or whatever, they hear kind of stories, but they don't really know how to put those pieces together in a way that makes sense. So I try to make sense of the mess and win benefits. So that's what I do as an attorney. And when I am not doing that, I poke the bear and write about the Department of Veterans Affairs on my blog, or do
Ooh.
shows like this, Rob, and One Shot, jump on in here, and take a swing, to see if I can add some value to your folks and other, things like
I followed
that.
you for a little while, mostly on personal frustration, where, on two different levels, where getting my benefits were becoming a royal pain in my ass. And I started researching, and I got a little further, and I researched, and I keep going into roadblocks, and I keep going into roadblocks. And the whole time I'm thinking, I mean, we all know this, we all were in, they don't always make it easy, but I keep going the extra step, and I keep researching the next, what's my answer for this problem I'm running into with them. And I'm like, a lot of veterans quit on step 1 or step 2, and I'm on step 10, and I'm still fighting them. And we get more questions. I think more questions probably for education benefits than anything else. So I'm like, I see it myself, and I'm still fighting them. So, I mean, I don't ever have the answer, and we get the questions all the time. Seriously, I think education more than anything.
Yeah. Well, it's a shit show, and apparently I can swear on this.
Yeah.
So
yes,
whatever.
you can.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can.
So it's a fucking train wreck, and every time you turn around, the agency screws something else up. So like one of the things going on right now is the agency, both in healthcare and in benefits, underappreciated what the PACT Act was going to do, and now they have a ton of people that are getting all these new PACT Act benefits and are super excited, as they should be, because they've been fighting for this these benefits for a long time. They get it, then what do? Well, you're out of the GI Bill, so you're going to run over to fucking Voc Rehab and try to get some benefits, and so they zip over there. And bam, suddenly now they have, probably twice as many applicants this year than they normally do. And the program's already like tremendously understaffed. And so veterans are just getting their asses kicked when they go in for benefits, and they're just the VA is not doing the job in both making sure the veteran knows what's going on and why they're there to begin with, and the information that's relevant, and that, hey, you're not there fucking talking to a counselor that's your buddy. This is a Voc Rehab counselor that's highly trained to create forensic evidence against you. And they have an incentive to do it, because if they screw up and they miss something, they get pinged on their performance eval. No different than a disability compensation examiner or something like that. A lot of veterans just don't get that. So I see Roy has a question.
He doesn't have a question. Well, actually, Eric Reed has a question.
Okay,
he's just offering, colorful commentary as he always
I like
does.
it.
Eric Reed is saying, I want to use mine, but I don't know how. What is Voc Rehab?
Okay, so Voc Rehab's for disabled benefits, disabled veterans, and there are benefits that will allow you to be vocationally minded, right? So it's not like you can go be a basket weaver or go get a philosophy major or something like that. You got to have it focus on a particular vocational goal. So like a lot of veterans want to get into cybersecurity for, I don't know why, I would hate that, but they just really, they pick that. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, so they do it, and they'll want to go to get a degree or whatever, and they'll say the degree part first without including the vocation on the end. I know of a lot of veterans who will say, I want to go to law school. What they mean is, I want to be a fucking lawyer. But VA will hear, oh, law school. Well, then and that's it. So it's definitely, okay, well, there we go. So somebody's kicking ass there at KU. Which one is that?
Michael Connors is saying he's at KU, Kansas University.
Okay. Kansas.
It might be Kentucky. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, was it?
We know Michael Connors quite well.
Okay, cool. So anyway, so that's the gist of it. That's so VRE will pay for things that the GI Bill won't, in the sense that it'll pay for you to what I usually tell veterans, if you're disabled and you should qualify, use VRE first, because that'll could cover everything. So I've been able to help veterans get approved through their undergrad on the way up, well beyond like 48 months, as an example. So like if you want to get your undergrad and then potentially go be a lawyer or doctor, you could get well over, what the cap is, which is 48 months for most people when you're using ed benefits. So I don't know if that makes sense. And again, coming back to the balls segment before, I'm just
our late listeners are like, what the fuck did that dude just say?
Yeah, why are we talking about balls?
Balls? Like
our late listeners are like, what did he?
What is going on?
Don't be late.
Yeah.
Always tune in from the start, folks.
I know, right? You'll miss it. I did it first. I was like, "What exactly is this company called here? What did I agree to?" It's Colorado. I don't know what's going to happen. It could be anything.
right
Yeah.
about that.
So anyway, so the gist of it is, if you got disabilities, you want to do something kick-ass, and it's kind of expensive, and you can't get it covered fully through the GI Bill, look at Voc Rehab first. Voc Rehab could take you soup to nuts from point A to point Z. GI Bill cannot do that. So GI Bill's capped at 36 months usually. And if you go to a private school, it'll only cover up to like whatever 25,000 maybe in tuition or something like that, plus the subsistence. Voc Rehab can cover the full amount. So if you go to a private school, that's really where the money comes in. But you can also use Voc Rehab first and then use the GI Bill second. So that's the benefit for disabled vets. So you go kick ass on the GI Bill, you get that, or the Voc Rehab program first. Second, use up your GI Bill afterwards if you want additional training or something like that. So you can get up to potentially like 72 months or something in that combination.
Benjamin, and I know that every single situation is unique and unto itself, and everybody's situation is different. But I know an extremely attractive, although not very bright, veteran who was basically told if he was homeless or a felon that he could get his benefits, but because he has a home and because he hasn't broken any laws, and I was like, we can fix both of those things real quick, dude. You just say the word, that he could not access his benefits. Yeah, and because he has a fucking job. What kind of fucked up country are we in where the homeboy, because he has a job, is a productive member of society, and lives in a house, he can't access his benefits? Dude,
well, and little did you know. I mean, well, at the end of the day, you got to remember too. I mean, when it comes to us veterans, we don't have a right to hire an attorney until the agency builds a case against us and denies us, right? So we already have the deck stacked against us, right? So you can be a criminal, you can be an illegal alien or something like that. You can hire a lawyer. If you're a veteran and you're maybe disabled and the government owes you money, well, then you can't hire an attorney. So anyway, that's where we live. And when it comes to VRE, there are counselors out there that will give veterans all kinds of bad advice and bad information. And there's really limited ways to try to, hold them accountable. And that's the real tragedy, at least with these benefits and lots of others. These federal employees operate with just in many ways kind of above the law. We're seeing that roll out all throughout the government. But when it comes to VA, I mean, there are lots of employees in there that are good, but the ones that are not are really shitty, and they get away with all kinds of stuff. It's hard to offload those types of employees, and the agency in some ways encourages the bad ones to stick around, the ones that, don't give veterans a fair shot.
So does this dude need to go get himself a lawyer and, go start standing on desks or what?
Well, so like the dude, if the dude is going for his VRE benefits, not to say him well, but if you happen to know him well enough,
I've heard he's got some shitty radio show.
Yeah. So you want to, have him watch this show and be like, look, dude, I'm just trying
never recommend that.
I'm just trying to make it in the world. And I just had fireballs on and I don't know, what happened, but no, I'm just teasing but seriously. So like, if you're in a situation where you have a certain amount of disabilities, blah, 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 you want to get a type of training. And, in that kind of environment, just because you have a house, just because you even have a job isn't enough to say no. They have to do a deeper inquiry, but a lot of Voc Rehab counselors won't do that. And part of the reason is they have a bigger caseload than they can handle. So they just look at you and they're like, nah, decide no. Well, the real deal is that they have to do a full exam, equivalent to a DBQ. And when you go in for a disability comp exam, except it's about you, the whole person, and your vocation and your ability to do, all kinds of different things. And so if they don't have time to do that, frequently they'll just look at what you give them, which is has job, has house, but there's nothing to do here. They're fine. But I've helped folks, even with up to and through master's degrees, get access to the program to get retraining into a new career. And those folks had a house and they had pretty good degrees, but they needed help because their unique, situation warranted it. And the magic word is suitable employment, and suitable employment is employment consistent with your aptitudes, abilities, and interests. It doesn't aggravate your disabilities. So that's the employment type. It's not good enough to just have a job to be at Walmart or driving a forklift, unless you like driving a forklift, of course. But if it has to be more, and that's where a lot of voc rehab folks screw the pooch.
So this
let's say
attractive, not bright guy should not give up, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, and document everything, right? So if you're sending in emails, well, first of all, don't rely on a phone call and think that the phone call is going to be somehow help you. You have to put it in writing with voc rehab in particular, but with VA in general, always put it in writing. Never take somebody's word for it if they say that they're going to help you, but they don't write it down. You're doing yourself a disservice. So don't do that. Is the moral of the story.
I interrupted you. What did you say?
No, that was good.
Yeah,
that was good. Oh, so if you do get your initial whatever, go into a counselor for VR&E, and this is linked off of other issues I've had when I was using GI Bill, which I'm sure get to those in other weeks. But I love to have like exact questions to help.
I know,
try to
right?
get things flowing.
You have a lot of them.
A lot of them are like the ones that I hear are similar to what I hear a lot too. But anyway, if you do get denied, you just reapply. That's something that somebody said to me I've heard it from more than one birdie, is like,
yeah. So
keep reapplying and hope you get the right counselor.
Yeah, it's like
Which
roulette. So that's not great. There's two ways to look at it. So there are instances where I'll tell the veteran to go do that, and there are instances when I'll tell them not to. So the reason that you may not want to is you could have really great evidence and the VA really screwed the pooch. And so if you go to reapply, you're basically going to give VA the opportunity to paper over that fuck up and then fix it, right? So I usually like to get my cases with one good fuck up decision, and then from there really hammer on them. And when you have the cases where the veteran like reapplied over and over and over, and I'll get those sometimes, but they're a lot harder because you have basically an expert and other experts that are all rendering decisions. So people don't realize that when it comes to voc rehab, you're dealing with an expert, right? So this person writes an opinion. Yeah, exactly. And they write an opinion. And if that goes to court, the court's going to look at that opinion and they're going to say, well, the expert says that you're a dumbass. Therefore you're a dumbass. And so that's what you're up against. And so you're a lot better off to like hammer at one of those than 2 or 3 or 4. And then, the other thing that you'll run into is some offices will double down or triple down. So they'll see that you got the shaft over here, but they just don't like you. So they're going to make sure that, they fix that fuck up. And then there's nothing to see here. They made it go away. So that's been my experience, doing this for quite a while. So you can reapply. Voc rehab is probably going to shut that down. So you can only apply once a year. Which is what it used to be. That was pre-AMA, so that's pre-2019, where you can only apply once unless you moved. And then some veterans would get a workaround. But with the AMA stuff now, you can reapply and reapply and reapply, but you end up kind of screwing yourself at times. Not every, but works out for some people. It just depends.
AMA, is that against medical advice, or is it?
No, that's the appeals modernization system. So that's the 2019 change. So to make the appeal system like easier, but they really created it's 1,000 times more complicated today than it used to be when you're dealing with certain types of cases.
Ben, I could talk to you all night long about this stuff, and our listeners is going to have 1,000 questions. Like to make this a very regular thing for our listeners. You are the expert in this. Before I cut you loose, I know you got a family, you got to get back to on your Monday night. Pimp what you got going on. Pimp your Facebook, pimp your podcast, pimp what you got going on. Because our listeners have a ton of questions. Where can they go to find the resources that you offer?
Yeah, sure. So if you, so we give veterans that are denied benefits a free case eval, first of all. So if you want a free case eval, meaning somebody from my team looks over the decision, I'll usually have a chance to look it over depending on what's happening. And we'll figure out do you have a snowball's chance in hell of making it or not? And that's really, what we go through. So if you want somebody with legal training to actually look at your stuff, then I would suggest to go to benjaminkrausslaw.com, especially if it's, voc rehab related, which is what I do a lot of. But we also work on a variety of other things like disability comp. TBI is one of my niches. So if you're dealing with a traumatic brain injury and some kind of like other mental health stuff where the agency can't seem to give you a fair shot, then that's a big chunk of what we do as well. So I usually look for kind of the harder cases. But anyway, so yeah, benjaminkrausslaw.com is where you go. And then also have a Facebook group with over 40,000 people in it for voc rehab specifically. And I don't remember the acronym or the URL offhand to tell you what it is. But if you look up,
You're easy to find.
Yeah, just my name.
Yeah.
You put my name in
Yeah.
and you type in voc rehab or anything like that, or sucks or whatever, whatever the thing is, my name will pop up somewhere. So yeah, it's out there. But yeah, happy to provide feedback when I'm able. And otherwise, yeah, if you guys have questions, hit me up. But the best way is to go to the law firm website, put in your request, and then somebody from my team will look at that. We'll figure out if it's something I can give feedback on. And then that's the easiest spot to reach me, other than, jumping on the YouTubes and stuff like that, and shows like yours. So
thank you, Dwayne Landry. I appreciate you throwing that out there like that.
Oh,
hey, Ben,
perfect,
just so you're aware, I graduate from Colorado State University on Friday with my master's degree in communications, and I used your resources a lot. So
no
thank
kidding.
you very much. Yeah,
Oh,
really
awesome.
appreciate
All
the help.
That's great.
Yeah, and
That's
you can
great.
tell I didn't learn by this show. I didn't learn too much with a master's degree. So yeah, but yeah.
That's awesome. Well, good. I know who to reach out to when I need advice on my podcast, because the equipment is a real pain in the ass to figure out.
I can definitely recommend some guests.
I was just gonna say, Rob's our equipment specialist.
Yeah, you can tell by our mic socks.
Yeah. Well, I like the Lysol in the center. I thought that was a good touch.
The Lysol has been around longer than the show has. It will never leave.
Awesome.
There's a long history to that Lysol can.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Benjamin Krauss with, if you education benefits, you're going to go look him up on Facebook, and go to Benjamin Krauss Law, and you will not be disappointed. Thanks a lot for taking time away from your family tonight. Really appreciate you being here.
Thanks. Take care.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was a good one. So, I mean,
there's
a little bit of hope.
Yes.
And I realize you're not one of those people that gives up on these things quickly and easily. So
I'll poke at it a little bit, and then I'm like, fuck you. My time's worth money.
Yeah.
I'll go put my energy somewhere else.
And then go have a kid and go back to it and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing a lot. So good stuff.
Fuck the VA.
No argument here.
Bro, we need to do like a remix to like NWA, fuck the police, fuck the VA, fuck the VA.
We could definitely do that.
We could.
We could absolutely.
We could go viral.
Well, except that we're too
kind of already viral.
Oh, yeah. Not in the best of ways, but yes, we absolutely are. But yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about your OnlyFans.
Well, all right. So we're viral for two reasons then. Need a show for non-traditional medicine and treatments other than prescription meds with a ton of side effects. Dwayne Landry, it sounds like you just volunteered, brother. And we definitely need that. Your show is going to be on whenever you're ready. I'll get you the mics and the platforms. You're good to go.
I'm on that fucking.
Exactly. I got a co-host for you and your first interview. Yeah, Dwayne Landry,
all day long about that stuff.
Welcome to About Face Media. Let me know when you want to start your show. Michael Connors, you ready, bud?
Yes, sir. What's up, you crazy bastards?
No, we're not sane, but
yeah,
you're the crazy one here. You're rucking,
dude. What are you doing, man? What? We keep saying this to you. Don't do this
every year, but somehow we got to fund this stuff. So if that's what it takes, that's what it takes,
dude. Just fucking have a Facebook Drive or something, or can you have like a drinking contest, or I mean, on OnlyFans, something. Dude, don't do this. I keep telling you this.
Hey, I mean, last year One Shot found me on the route, so that means we're one step closer to making him do it with me.
He found you. Yeah, he found you walking. Where was I? I was at a donut shop eating, and who was much better off? Come on, man. Don't do this. What? All right. For those that don't know who Michael Connors is and what Canines for Paws is, tell the story. First of all, who are you? What's your branch of service? All that stuff.
All right. medically retired Army Staff Sergeant. Spent 10 and a half years in. Last year and a half was at Walter Reed as a patient. Got retired in 16 and realized that wasn't going to be able to do the things that I thought I was going to do forever, like be in the Army or go be a cop or something like that. So I got connected up with a program and ended up getting certified to train dogs, which over a couple of years turned into, I own my own business, Colorado Canine Company, and I founded Connor's Canine Paws, a 501c3 nonprofit that provides service dogs to veterans and first responders. So now, for those who don't know, what we're all kind of going crazy on is every year we do a ruck march to raise money for suicide prevention and PTSD awareness for vets. This is the 4th year, and I'm going to walk 105 miles over 3.5 days with a 60-pound pack from Civic Center Park in Denver to Colorado Springs and back to Castle Rock just to raise some money for vets.
Dude, walk?
I mean, to be fair, I say walk, but because of there's timelines and things to this, the first day is like 36.8 miles in 12 hours. So it's not really a walk at that point.
No, you have to run.
Pretty much.
The only thing I 100% gave up. I'll never ruck again.
Really?
No.
I don't mind rucking.
No.
I don't remember. I mean, not
It's
what
'cause
he's doing.
You're a big dude.
Well, yeah, it's like one of the only things we're good at.
Want to run a fucking marathon?
No.
See?
I
don't like rucksacks.
I don't like running on anything. I mean, yeah, I like running
He
out of
looks good
gas.
with one on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's Michael Connors.
Like,
I mean, I'll be honest though, boys, like this is my like least favorite thing that we do at all ever. And every year I do this physically the stupidest thing.
Is that a little bit of the truth coming out I hear right now? Yeah. What's up now?
How many times have I said never again? At least
every time. Yeah, exactly.
And then
ask the
within 2
question.
weeks, I look at the bank account and see what came in and say, all right, one more time. So,
Okay. So
this is the 4th year. It's the biggest one ever. We've got it set up differently where there's checkpoint events every single night so that if people can't make it to the finale, they can be a part of it. So if you're in Denver, Stoney's Bar and Grill on Lincoln on the night of the 21st is the kickoff party. If you're in Castle Rock, we're going to meet at the office on the 22nd. We're going to be at Doghouse in Colorado Springs off North Great on the 23rd. Okay. We'll be at Spur of the Moment in Larkspur on the 24th. And then the big party, the finale, is going to be at 105 West Brewing Company on the 25th, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. That's the one that if you're going to come out and definitely make one, that's the one you want to make. We have a lot of big surprises this year. Everybody knows we've had escorts in every year, but it's gotten a little chaotic this year. So the escort system's a little bit bigger.
I'm a huge fan of escorts.
Memorial Hall. For those who have taken their life by suicide, we're going to have some legacy stuff. And we are actually going to not only give away 3 service dogs to veterans at the event, but I'm going to, for the first time ever, publicly do this. We are going to match a veteran to a service dog at the finale. So someone will meet their dog for the very first time at the Ruck finale.
Dude, I'm a crier.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, man.
We're going to give away over $100,000 worth of service dogs at the finale.
Dude, I'll cry. Don't do that to me. Come, and it's going to be like some cute fucking dog too. Oh, come on.
Every time. Man. Always is.
Bro, I'm making you go. I'm recording and taking pictures. I'm gonna Photoshop that on your head while you're sitting on a Harley.
Yep.
Playing some Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah. In the arms of the angels.
Sitting on a Harley.
That's
at least tell me it's like some
lead into the show is Rob crying to that song.
Yeah, it is. It is. Tell me it's like some ugly ass dog.
No, she's beautiful, and it's gonna be a good time. Considering we're on this go sit on the couch and have a beer kick, 105 West actually let me brew my own beer there for this event. So Paz has our own beer coming out on the 17th, and it'll be live for the finale on the 25th.
105 West is amazing. They are done nothing.
They are by far top of the line. Like it's incredible what they've done. And they've gone all in. Future capital management came in as a title sponsor this year. So we're on pace to hopefully generate $150,000 on this one event.
Wow.
More
Holy
than double
crap,
any other
man.
year.
Dude, that's extremely impressive. Wow. Extremely impressive. Good on you, man. Say happy birthday to Joe. Happy birthday, Joe. I didn't realize today was your birthday, Joe. The Joe that we had as a guest one time on the couch. Today's your birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When I was looking down, I was seeing another Joe's
Yeah.
name, and it like
Not our Joe, the other
oh,
Joe.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Joe.
Joe. Dude, good on you, Mike. That's outstanding. That's good shit. Are you golfing in that golf tournament this year?
Yeah, DCVMF's golf tournament on the 15th. I will be there. We're whole sponsoring there to try and get some, word out on the ruck too. DCVMF has been not only partnered with us for a while, but they actually sponsored the dog that we're going to match at the finale. So they're a big part of it too. So we're jumping in on their event right before to, make it come full circle.
So many good organizations have really stepped up and really want to hook up, man. That is outstanding. So, I mean, there's just tons of people that really, really want to support you and want to do good things. If people want to continue to make donations, how can they make a donation?
Go right to connorscaninepaws.org. You can donate on the website. Our Facebook, Instagram, all has links to it, as well as for those who don't know, you can now text the word RUCK24, so RUCK24, to 53555, and that will now send that out to a way to automatically donate specifically to the Ruck website as well. That went live like this morning. So
give that again.
RUCK24 to 53555.
And that's how people can make a donation.
Yep, you can donate. If you text it, it'll send you a link immediately, and that's donating specifically to the Ruck event. In order to help generate more money to, not only for suicide prevention, the dogs, but we're a big fan of anything that involves not your typical sit in an office and talk in a VA setting. So we are launching recreational therapy later this year as well, where we'll take a bunch of group of vets out and, go camping, snowmobiling, skiing, something all apart to just get guys around other guys to, go bullshit the way you want to talk and not have to worry about being judged for it.
So I am not going to be walking with you, but I will be cheering you on from like Daylight Donuts or some shit like that. But if there are others that are listening right now that want to walk a mile with you or something to that extent, or like say, hey, I want to get sponsored and walk a mile or two with Michael, how can they do that with you? Are you looking for people to walk with you for a mile or two?
So what you can do this year is you can actually sponsor a 2-mile segment where you can either join us for that 2 miles, or you, if you're a family member, whatever, you want a memorial somehow, we'll carry that person's name on a board for that 2 miles. We are asking for $100 donation to be able to do that towards the cause. But we have this year, one other veteran doing the whole event. Fox 21 has Nova has jumped in and said, I'm crazy enough, and he's going to walk the last 3 days with us and get Fox 21 and Fox 31 to live stream this thing. So it's going to be going out all over the news. I'll be on Fox 31, Denver or Colorado 2, and Great Day Colorado tomorrow, as well as Fox 21 next week to push it as well. As far as joining in and walking with us, we're not saying no. But what we are saying is you have to figure out your own transportation situation, because we're not going to have a way to get you back to wherever you meet us. The only time we're not going to allow that is the very end, because there's a whole presentation that goes into that. But, obviously right there in the comments, Rob Lilly's going to ball out and walk the last day with us for it's his second year jumping in and doing that. So he's on our board and a big supporter, so we're letting him do that. Next year we will have more people doing it, and the event will transition in year 6. But for those of us who have already said don't do this, I'm going to preemptively say it. I'm doing it one more time next year, because it'll be the 5th year and it will be over 300 miles. And then I'm going to hang it up and sit on the couch and make you all go do it, because I'm done.
300 miles next year. 300 miles. Dude, I just drove up to Gillette, Wyoming for an event. I don't like driving 300 miles.
322 miles. It's the distance we have done in every year up till now put together, and then 22 for 22 vets. So that'll be the total distance next year.
I used to really brag a lot because like one of my units annually would do a back-to-back 35 miler.
Mhm.
So it's really 70.
No. And he's got cute dogs.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's the total package.
Yeah. He must be taken.
He is.
Or
He
he's
is.
or he's smart.
He
No.
very much is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that.
He very much is.
Not smart.
All right. So, I mean, before we cut you loose here, dude, couple things. One, excuse me. Pardon me, gentlemen. Before we cut you loose,
This better be important.
well, no, not really. No.
You clear your throat like that. It better be real important. What's going on in your mouth.
No.
Yeah, I'm waiting
freedom
for
balls.
the slap real quick. If you're
No, exactly.
doing it like
That's
that
coming
way.
too. Safety brief. So we end every show with two things: the safety brief and the never forgotten. So as you are aware, normally on Friday, final formation, you get a safety brief. Our show airs on Monday. So the safety brief has to last you the whole week. So, Michael, what do you got for the audience for this week's safety brief?
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I want to throw out there right now is, if you stay prepared, you save lives. Like out there in the world, we're all kind of seeing the world has changed, and we're kind of being forced to try and rely on certain entities and things like that. Have some self, responsibility and go maintain your own systems, learn CPR, learn first aid, know how to defend yourself in the right situations. It makes a difference. We just had to demonstrate, self-defense in a group class for vets because something happened. But, first aid goes a long way. So make sure you're staying prepared, and that'll save lives along the way.
We don't run into each other around town all that often, but I got to hear this story, bro.
I took a group of vets who had dogs, and this past weekend we went to take the public transportation, training, went up to Ridgegate, got on the light rail, and the plan was to go up 3 or 4 stops. It simulates the airport tram plus public transportation. There was no one else on the train other than one homeless dude who happened to get on. Within 60 seconds, he tried to touch the dog. I told him not to touch the dog. And he went on a rampage, pacing, yelling, telling me that I am a racist, white, etc. And if he wanted to touch my dog, he was going to. I had to move the veteran class to the other end of the train and kind of stand there with my concealed carry out until we could get off the train.
That kind of day, huh?
That kind of day. And, when you got a bunch of vets who may or not have PTSD, it was a good opportunity for their dogs to go to work. And we were very proud of 6 dogs stepped up, some as young as 5 months old, and they were all over their vets, giving them grounding pressure and, calming everybody down, making sure the situation was good. And then we moved on and got right back to work.
Your shit works, man. Good job. Real good.
Love
on you.
it.
Thank you.
Really good job. What do you got for the safety brief, bro?
Did you see they did a roast on Netflix?
Oh, yes.
On Tom Brady.
Oh,
Have
yes.
you watched it?
I watched pieces parts. Go ahead.
So, for those of you who follow a little Tom Brady,
Mhm.
maybe for those of you who follow a little jiu-jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady lost Gasell to
Yeah. To his jujitsu
some
instructor.
fucking jiu-jitsu guy. Train jiu-jitsu so you don't get your cheek slapped.
That's
Yeah.
outstanding. Man, mine pales by
Better
comparison.
be able to defend yourself. Keep going. Go ahead, Rob.
Mine was lame now.
I'm like done
yours
for
is
the
better.
night.
Yours is awesome. Mine was wash your hands, folks. Jesus. You guys have got the best ones. Mine was just wash your hands. Let's say, yeah, folks, don't forget, just because the pandemic and all that bullshit is over, make sure to wash your hands a lot, man. Keep yourself it goes with what Michael was saying. Be prepared. Keep your shit clean. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show and our never forgotten segment. This is kind of a weird one. It doesn't fit with what we normally do. May 6th is the historic date in our nation's history. May 6th is the date that the Hindenburg crashed in New Jersey. Lots of folks on the ground. So, that's that time. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, when you're putting your drop to your knees and you put your hands together and you say your prayers, remember all the families associated with the loss of the Hindenburg. A lot of those families were veterans from World War I. So please keep those families in your thoughts and prayers tonight when you say your prayers tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. Michael, I can't thank you enough for being a part of the show. Thanks a lot for being with us. Thank our sponsors, folks, and thanks a lot for being here. Have a great rest of your Monday night. And we really appreciate you being a part of the show on From the Ashes from About Face Media.
Next week better kick ass. That was a good show.
That was. Have a great night, folks. Bye.